We increasingly know that the socioeconomic backgrounds of students' peers and the composition of the school that they're in affects the quality of the education that's going on in a school. So we're looking for ways to bring rich kids and middle-class kids and poor kids into the same public schools together. My name is Hallie Potter. I'm a fellow at the Century Foundation. My colleague Kimberly Quick, together with Elizabeth Davies and I, released a report called A New Wave of School Integration. The report looks at efforts that are going on across the country in school districts and in some charter schools to integrate students by socioeconomic status by having policies that assign students to schools that specifically look at the socioeconomic backgrounds of students and make an effort to have more balanced enrollment among the schools. We have about 50 years of research now showing the benefits of diverse classrooms. With this report, A New Wave of School Integration, we wanted to look at how some of that research can translate into action. So our goal was to highlight examples of efforts that school districts and charter schools across the country are making to integrate their schools by socioeconomic status, and providing real examples that show that there are ways for districts to make meaningful progress on this front.
What's this?
What Kimberly and I did feels a little bit like being a private investigator in the education world, doing extensive searches of local news stories about school board meetings, seeing if we could find any leads about conversations that had happened around these issues, and then cataloging all of those efforts by reaching out to districts and coming up with some more clarity around the specific methods that they're using. When we looked for districts and charter schools that were pursuing socioeconomic integration in 2007, we found around 40. About 10 years later, we've seen that more than double to 91 districts and charter schools. So a key narrative here is the growth of these efforts.
Just as a well-rounded education is essential to fulfilling our mission of equality of opportunity through education, so too is the opportunity to attend schools that are diverse.
We've tried to be really intentional about thinking about how we can maximize impact and really get it to the audiences that we want. In April, we had an event with the U.S. Secretary of Education, John King, and stakeholders from a number of school districts and large organizations to talk about school integration and how you translate this research into practice. We've also seen the research useful in conversations that are going on at a local level. And I think as we've had a renewed focus on the many ways in which racial injustice in our country continues, one of the things that our report can add to that conversation is perhaps a bright spot of pointing towards some of the strategies that we might, as a country, try to come together to replicate.